All right, guys, we're back again.
We are back.
And I just got an absolutely shitty message from Mixler, and I don't know what it means. My bandwidth is low.
Means your bandwidth is low.
Suck my dick. My bandwidth is
wow,
not
did you have
low.
to say that?
I'm just, this is
My kids are listening.
Yeah, okay.
You got low B.
What?
You got low B.
What's that?
Low bandwidth. What are you kidding me? What's wrong with you?
Power and speed.
Yeah,
Car
power and
guys.
speed. Here we are. What the fuck? You know,
Just you know what?
let
Be
me
quiet
I'm
for a
just going to
minute.
sit here.
Use it. 908-751-0211. Give us a call and give us a reason to hate on Tad. All right, Michael, jump in. Come on, man. Get it right.
I might know the bandwidth issue. I might.
I'm sure you do. You're a geek.
I'm just trying to figure out how to fix it.
Now?
Yeah.
I can wait till after the show.
No, because not if nobody can listen at all.
What, they cut us off?
No, it just said your bandwidth is low. I don't know what that means. It didn't come with a fucking manual. I don't know what it says. That's all it said.
Fucking Mixler.
You know what that means?
What?
That means my listeners are ready for us tonight.
Maybe they're killing it.
I'm telling you.
Do we have 1,000 listeners live?
No, we have 0.
No.
I hope they didn't cut us.
No, I think what's happening is I have a firmware coming over for somebody to build something. I'm trying to think if I disconnect the building, if I'd be good.
Oh, you got firmware coming over there
Yeah.
for the box?
Yeah. Well, there's 2 people on.
Okay.
Hey, if one of you 2 guys, here, hang on. Let me open this chat thing here.
Wow, crickets.
However I do this.
When he's doing that, we got to keep talking.
About NASCAR?
The introduction is we have Tad in the studio. We have Big Tom.
Big Tom.
Don't say Big Tom.
No, yeah. You can say whatever you want, man.
Big Tom from Manly.
And we got Crunch.
Your bandwidth is now recovered. I just got some little side.
See, you're good, man.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah. So, and we have Mike Troopy,
Yep.
We do.
and he just got the bandwidth back.
He's good like that.
I really don't know what's going on.
And who can't we talk about?
If we can't.
Well,
Yeah.
we're car guys. We
You
can
waited.
talk about
You
anything.
waited 2 minutes to get it in. Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about Alan anymore.
no, I've got
that.
Listen,
Are you fucking kidding me?
I've got him on tilt.
I know. I heard.
And I hate to have a political discussion because it just, but I got to tell you, you gotta appreciate a hater, don't you? don't you kind of have to appreciate a guy that just tells it like it is?
A true hater?
I do.
That's why I stay in trouble.
Yeah,
On
I mean,
Facebook.
Donald
Yeah, you
Trump is just opening his mouth and whatever, no filter on that motherfucker
I
at
know.
all.
He's crazy.
Just whatever can come out of his mouth.
But how does he expect to be the president doing that?
Here's the ironic.
I know, his numbers keep going up.
I'm going to tell you this, like NewJersey.com, Democratic newspaper of New Jersey. Well, that's a Star Ledger and everything else.
Yeah.
It is Democrat Central, which obviously Donald Trump is the furthest from. There was a poll, just a reader poll, who goes there to read and how many people. 12,000 people voted. And it was between Hillary and Trump. And Hillary got beat.
Wow.
Pretty bad, right? What was the percent?
58% to something.
To 37?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was over 20.
It was bad.
Does Donald Trump have a hot rod?
He could probably buy any hot rod he
Yeah.
wanted.
Does he have a hot rod? That's all I care.
Well, we need to know his
Good call.
stance on like EPA requirements and everything else. Like,
We need to know stance on no preparation.
yeah.
Or turbo or supercharged.
If he took, would he ease up on the catalytic converters? Would he ease up on the mod? I mean, this is a legitimate thing. One of the things. No. Hear me out on this. If people don't understand that the reason we don't have more 7 or 8 or 900 horsepower vehicles is because the average of each car manufacturer has to be above a certain point.
Right.
So every time the government jams something a little further in an automaker's ass, they have to be careful with what they're doing.
And that's average of everything. That's, pollutants,
Yep.
gas mileage,
So
vehicle noise, everything.
if Donald Trump said that, he'd be a little easier on the EPA requirements, car guys rejoice. You could see some cooler shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, see less volts on the road.
Would we see 900 horsepower riding around on the street from the factory?
I don't know. Look, they made 700.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
707.
Look, they took the Corvette and they put a smaller motor in it than mine and put a blower on it.
Right.
What if they started what they started with a 427 or made an LSX base
Well,
motor?
I mean, we did the LS9 in my owner's name car, and we made 800.
really?
And it's docile. And that's us. I mean, just regular guys. I mean, I would think GM has a little bit more resource than we do,
You would
A little
probably
bit.
think so.
and money.
So Alan is on tilt. He might be on suicide watch because they've been poking him all day.
Wow, nobody wants Alan to kill himself. I'd like to hit him. I'd like to have him hit himself in the head with a hammer.
No violence. No violence.
Well, if he hits himself, it's really not violent.
Oh, it's worse.
I guess it is.
So Crunch, I guess we're going to start off with you. You had told me, and I'm sorry, my weekend was a little ridiculous.
Right.
You had told me that there was some very interesting grudge race stuff happening that I guess prompted a stir amongst the grudge community.
Well, here's the deal.
Were you down there?
No, I didn't make it, but I placed my bet with Phil Schuler. So my money was on. I lost, so he got paid $500 through
Wait, time out.
PayPal.
You bet. Oh, you bet Phil. You were betting.
I bet against Phil.
Oh man, you're crazy. Well,
Yeah, well, I like to go against the bear. I know he's a bear, but
All right. Well, next week, just come here and give me $500.
no, he loses sometimes. Trust me.
He wasn't losing that one.
Why did you bet against him?
Well, they were running. The car I was betting on was running 383, and they were running 380. So it was close in that realm. But here's the controversy. The controversy is these guys on Facebook are mad at me because I didn't deem the race an actual grudge race for cash, because it's really not. There's a difference in what we do on the grudge racing for cash scene as opposed to two class cars coming around in the third round of qualifying and just betting money. Time is on the board. Everybody knows what they run. There's a big difference. And these guys are upset.
Can I interject?
Go ahead.
I mean, from what I heard, that's not what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
They ran for money outside the qualifying, and then they just happened to be paired up in qualifying afterwards. And
No, they set that up. We knew they were going to come around. My bet was made 3 or 4 days prior to the race.
Yeah, but-
in third round of qualifying.
but they ran.
Travis.
They ran 2 times.
No, they only ran once for this.
No,
month.
they ran 2 times.
No, Travis ran somebody else once, and Stevie and Travis ran once.
Okay,
So trust me on that one. Travis won the first one.
I'm gonna have to call my guy from.
Yeah, Travis won the first one, and he was off the trailer for that race. He did that. Now we're talking about class cars that have the time on the board. Everybody knows what they run. Travis blew his motor, put a new motor in.
Yep.
Did another run. He was close. So on the qualifying run, which was the money run, they went with it. But Stevie fast beat him bad. So I lost. Many people lost. The money was a respectable amount. We don't even have to talk about that money. It was good money for those type of cars. So you won't get that argument from me about the money wasn't representing what type of cars they were.
Are we not saying how much money it was? I mean, I know how much money it was.
I think it's probably kind of common knowledge at this point.
Yeah,
over
yeah.
50, right? Over
Yeah, it's
50.
56,000.
Yeah.
Right, 20 aside, which makes sense. It goes with those kind of cars. So it's a respectable amount. They did everything respectable. It was a great race, very exciting. I'm glad that they did it, but it wasn't a grudge race for cash because there were elements missing that you can't just throw in between two class cars.
So it was just a kind of a straight up money race.
It's just a money race. It's just a bet. It's a wager. No different than the $2 window guys who see two cars coming down. They don't know if they're racing each other or not. They're just going to bet on, well, I picked this one and he'll get there first.
Right.
It's the same thing. That's not a grudge race for cash.
I don't-
If two guys line up at the starting line and take off running on foot, that's not a grudge race for cash just because you bet money.
All right. Well, call the numbers 908-751-0211. Phones are active, and I really don't know
Hey, can I say something?
what.
Will you people like us on Facebook? Because we don't. We get like 2 likes a week, and I'm starting to get annoyed.
I posted.
I think more people like us than they're letting on to.
Well, no, because our listenership from downloads is very high. Like it's all I've said it from day one. To do a podcast and actually produce it and send it out live is problematic. For most people, what we had to do this, we had to do essentially broadcast quality equipment because you have no second shot at it.
Right.
When everybody's hearing it, it's got to go out good. If a lot of podcasts, and I know you're going to call me a stalker, you
Stalker.
douchebag. One time I called in.
Carolla.
Yeah, I called in Adam Carolla, and listen, like this is no bullshit. And
Stalker.
I'm on hold, and they're talking and they're going over stuff, and they said something like, Dawson, to do the live read, and you hear, I don't have a bus. I'll put it in post. Well, that is off the table if you're doing a live show.
Right.
So it is harder to do.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, okay, so a lot of people download it.
Right.
So when you download it, fucking like us on Facebook.
I don't
download
think
might not-
being demanding
The,
is
the
endearing.
download might not be the Facebook
All
side.
right, sorry.
Well, it
hey,
is,
if you
but-
people could like us on Facebook, we'll send you a T-shirt.
We got about 7. We got about 7 likes.
no, we
today.
won't. Did we?
Yeah, it went up 7 likes as soon as I posted it into the Facebook page.
Well, like I said, the thing is to get live callers, you might need to get on your phone and do a little posting because I really don't know that bandwidth low message. I don't know if the audio is even going out properly. And I've asked people in the chat window, nobody's answered. Thanks, guys. There's only a few on right now.
They might not even know how to work the chat situation.
No, I would think nobody would be calling our listeners stupid. Come
No,
on,
I'm just
dude.
saying. I'm looking at it. I don't know.
Don't we have somebody that can go outside and check if we're out live?
Tad,
Ted?
I might have to dispatch you to go check the Mixler link. Somebody will answer. Jeff will answer. Somebody will answer.
Yeah.
But so at any rate, what your deal was is they went there. They set this race up at an event.
Right. It was an event, a class race that's already taken place. They're gonna come around for qualifying in third round.
I don't
Okay.
know. How does that differ, though? I mean, they still set it up.
Well, it's like this. In baseball, we know the elements of baseball, but we also have softball. We know the elements of softball. So if you take the softball that they use and put it in the baseball game, is it the same baseball game? Can't be.
No.
All right. So why would you have 2 cars go down a track and claim it to be a grudge race for cash and everybody can see the time? Where's the unknown that goes with everything we do in grudge racing for cash?
No time.
But I
Yeah,
think,
no time.
but don't
The
these
times were on the board. Everybody knew. We knew he blew up. We knew he went 383 to a 380 flat for Stevie Jackson. You know all of this.
Instead of having a flashlight at
Right,
the end and then
so-
going, oh, he won by a fender.
It's a shame I couldn't beat it. If I was there, I would have called my bet off. I'm like, look, shit, you guys are 300s already ahead of us. We blew a motor.
but listen, at 300s,
Right.
and I'm not picking on any of these guys. I don't know how deadly accurate they are. 300s, I would think, in something that goes this fast is still kind of anybody's race. It could be won or lost on the tree right
Yeah.
away.
Or somebody could be sandbagging and saving the best for last.
Could be,
All of that.
but I mean that particular aspect of this, I don't care that the clocks were up.
Right.
I mean that wouldn't bother me.
Right.
But it seems like all the other aspects of a grudge/street race were kind of met.
Right.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
got
except for that, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
In what we do, Mike,
It's
even
the
when you
mystery.
did it,
I thought,
know.
Yeah, I thought the most.
you can't lift your hood and show the guy, look, this is what I made on the dyno.
Yeah.
I thought the
are
most
you
important
kidding me?
part is who puts the wind light on.
Well, it was kind of funny, like what Crunch is saying.
I hear you, man.
Right. But that's what we do. We race. We take a fast car, and nobody really knew. If they knew how fast our Legend Killer Camaro was back in the day,
They wouldn't race
there
it.
are cars right now that aren't going as fast as that small block that Sonny Leonard built for us in 2004. Right now.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but
Right.
if some of these cars are class cars, just because it's a class car, you should have to have a pretty good idea how fast it could go. I mean, you got to
Well, I mean, because they like the boards, and then you know the records, and you know the top dogs in it.
right.
And in class racing, there'll be no car in the brake and get off, 5 in the brake.
Speaking of top
There's
dogs,
a big difference.
I'm going
in
to
that.
seg just a little bit here, and then we actually have a caller on.
Go ahead.
I got to tell you,
Anthony.
Anthony's killing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw that.
Now, there was apparently some kind of thing where
shit went on.
some shit went on. He had one turbo. Turbo size was something that he didn't.
I think he was legal, but he put smaller turbos on. And again, we're kind of paraphrasing, but he put smaller turbos on just to shut people up, I guess. And he dialed it in and went number one.
yeah, I hope he did.
Well, he did. He was number one for a while. I think I don't know where he ended up.
All right. Well, I looked at the calls. This is Jeff. It was here
Yeah.
the other day. I want to see. I mean, he might be reporting on bandwidth. Hang on a minute here. I'm just going to do it here because I'll break it over there. Yo, buddy, what's up?
What's happening, Mike? And yes, you are correct. Sounds fine. Looks good. Everything seems to be smooth.
All right, awesome. Where are you in the car?
Yep.
Come on, man. Everybody hear that? If you have the couple dopes that are listening, you can actually listen to us like a radio if you got a smartphone. I mean, who the hell's got a flip phone? I mean,
Nobody.
Come on, you're all there.
I have
All right, thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks,
two
Jeff.
flip phones at home.
Got it.
See you, man. Bye bye. You actually admit to having a flip phone?
I have 2.
I
at
got one
home.
out
I
in
used to
my
have
glove
2.
compartment.
I'm surrounded by failures.
You ain't kidding.
All right. So
I only switched to this one because of guys like you who are like high tech and laugh at guys with flip phones. So I went and got one just so you wouldn't laugh at me.
And he got the one without group texting.
yeah, that's all right. We'll get that corrected.
Yeah.
You should
no, we won't.
You should post on your forum where these people talk about, because he did say it's working, and yes, we started a little bit late. So what you should do is, if you didn't already, Crunch, post the Mixler link across to that particular group.
I did.
All right.
And the phone number.
Okay, good. All right, good. So that if people can jump on, they could actually hear
Tad?
some of this.
Yes.
Where'd you post it? Did you put it on No Sleep at All?
It should automatically
Barn
go up.
Find Nation?
It should automatically go up there.
No Sleep at the Barn?
If I put it up there, he'll put it up there, and then I have double posts. It's a pain in the ass.
Tad, you're just a train wreck.
All
All right, so back to Anthony. I don't know what the story is, and I wanted to call him, and I wanted to all weekend to call him to find out what exactly was going on, because it would have been great to have. Because, I mean, listen, I said when Anthony was here, and I'll go right on record and I'll say it, I want you to go out there and put your foot right in their ass. Like, if you could go a 50, go a 50. And,
And give him the FU.
just give them the FU, flip them off. Go a 50 driving down the track with your middle finger hung out the window. That's how I do it.
Yeah, but he'd mess it up for a lot of guys too. That
Sometimes you just got to be a dick. And
what would you know about that?
Nothing. All right, we got another caller. We have a caller from Texas.
Nice.
Let's get him in here. Hey, buddy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here listening.
All right. So you called in to listen?
Yeah, just to listen.
All right.
Yeah.
You can, and we'll tell everybody, there's a link. It's mixler.com. We'll actually give you the availability to listen without having to call on the telephone. I mean, so it helps a little bit, and we're trying. The technology side is a little tough, but no, man, if you want to call up and just hang out and listen, that's fine.
Fine, yep.
Yeah, we got no problem with that.
Where's he from? Mama?
He's from
Texas.
Cell Phone, Texas. I never heard of Cell Phone, Texas.
How are you, bro?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Yeah,
Houston?
All
right.
Little joke.
Do you race for cash out there?
That's all I do is fuck people up for money.
Is this Matt?
Yes, is he.
Oh wow, we have Skinny Man on the phone.
That's me.
Oh wow, this is good. Well, Skinny Man, being as though you and I have done a grudge race for cash and you know about this stuff, tell us the difference in the class racing and grudge racing for cash like we did when you came to Englishtown.
What is the difference?
Yeah, what is the difference when you have the class racing cars putting their times on the board?
There's no comparison.
No comparison.
I mean, you can't. No, that's two different things.
Two different things. Okay.
We got to get names.
Well, why?
I personally don't think that, because you have two class cars that line up and say they decide they're going to run for $2,000. I don't think that's a grudge race. I think that's a match race to me.
Right, a match race that money was bet on.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's
all I've been saying on Facebook, and these guys give me hell.
Well, I mean, I think the real problem is you're removing the mystery.
The grudge racing game is more fucked up now than it's ever been when it comes to actually grudge racing.
Wow.
You got all these shootouts. That's all everybody wants to do is go run a shootout because the money's free. They can line up beside you for nothing or try to bet $500 or something stupid like that. You know what I mean?
Right. But
Understand it.
in all though, Matt, because you were a grudge racer for cash too, you were doing the grudge racing for cash, and you were a good class racer and a very good competitor because your Fairmont back in the day was killer.
Did he beat you?
No, we raced one of his Mustangs,
Okay.
and we only really won because he got out of shape.
Okay.
But we got paid.
Did he have you?
He was out in front.
All right.
I'm not gonna say he
Just
would have
checking.
had us, but he was
Keeping
out.
you humble. That's all.
You remember the convertible we had? We used to ride around the street.
Yes.
When we put the killer small block Ford in there, we challenged everybody with a killer.
Yep.
And he came with a killer. So we ran him anyway.
And this happened at the Hall?
It came. We happened at Englishtown.
All right. Happened at the actual track.
I think he was down. He was living in North Carolina or South Carolina at the time. So he came up, and it was good action.
Well, there's a lot of people like back then that didn't even want to run their car at the track ever.
Right.
Because they didn't know if their time would ever get out.
Right.
Or, you got a nice, clear, shot at looking when the car leaves.
Sure.
You click the watch.
Yep. Right.
Probably had 2/10 for your dumbass clicking the start button, or a couple
Or a tenth,
hundreds,
yeah,
whatever.
Right.
And you could get an idea because I remember Mike Brown. Brian bought his Trans Am down there, and they do a little math. Had a 411 gear, regular, Trans Am size tire, and Brian makes a pass, and I was standing with Mike Brown, and Mike Brown's like, "That motherfucker, he shifted 4 fucking times." He was nuts because he knew that Brian went through in 5th gear.
Yep.
And he's like, "That motherfucker's right." He was pissed. but yeah, I understand. Like, you can reveal the things at the track that will hurt you for getting potential races.
We basically went to the track because the street scene dried up, and the older you get and the faster you go, you don't risk your livelihood to go street racing when you've been doing it all your life.
Yeah.
You can't be 45 years old racing in the street.
Yeah, you kind of got forced into it.
So, when we keep talking about the major elements of what a grudge racer for cash has that makes that game different than anything other niche in drag racing is what the other man doesn't know. So you have 2 cars with the times on the board of a qualifying pass. Everybody knows everything.
Yeah, you remove the mystery.
Yeah, it's a very different situation. But the big time guys, what they're doing, and promoters, they're trying to mix and match the two so that they're the same to bring the crowds in and keep it confusing. You can see 2 cars go down, you don't even know. Just because they turn the clocks off, you don't know if they're racing each other or they're just 2 test passes.
Right.
But you got people betting and they don't even know.
What's this? Your name's Matt?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You still race on the street, or is it just purely track?
No, I only race the racetrack.
Only on a racetrack.
I
Gotcha.
don't care nothing about the street. Street's too dangerous. Cars are too fast. Too easy. You wreck a car and kill somebody, you're going to prison.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. You wreck at the racetrack, you wreck. It happens.
True.
I don't care. I mean, I'll go watch street racing, but I don't want no part of it.
Okay, well, listen, since you brought, and I brought this up to you, I actually had a reason for it. You think Street Outlaws is helping or hurting the racing for cash scene?
That's a whole nother ballgame. I mean, the real grudge racers are real grudge racers.
Right, they race at the track. See,
I think what hurts grudge racing more than anything is shootouts.
Yeah,
Personally, that's what I think.
A shootout is technically a class race.
For
Anything
the most part, too, because a lot of promoters everything now is about politics. Who gets paid to come? Who's racing who? I mean, it's just retarded, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People got $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 cars, and they race for $1,500. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's
But they got $1,500 to go, so they got $3,000 if they won. It's just dumb. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm going to race with whatever's in my pocket. I'm going to leave just enough to get home. If you take it all, you take it. That's how I'm going out.
We talked about that in an early show. Guys racing $100,000 cars for $1,000 is stupid.
Yeah, it is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
It ain't happening. It's not happening. Not with the guys I hang out with. We don't race like it. I won't race no class car. It doesn't matter if I'm faster than him or not. I'll never race one.
Now, do you guys get to the point that you've kind of cycled through all the people that, like, or is it to get through? Now, I'm trying to phrase what I'm trying to say. Like, let's say you raced, a guy that you know from around your way, and you whooped him, and he comes back. He must have done something, or he's not going to try again. What I'm trying to say is, do you recycle? Like, are there multiple races with the same guy?
A handful of cars that'll run a car like I drive for somebody. One of the cars we have. There's only a small handful of people that'll run that car, and then the rest of it is what real grudge racing is. Any 2 cars can race. I'll race a big tire car for spots, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
right.
I'll race any back half car in the country with wheelie bars, and a real back half car with wheelie bars and big tires that they give me the head up brake to the 8. I'll run any of them.
And
there's nothing to talk about.
And
That's grudge racing. That's how grudge racing used to be. Nowadays, if you don't sit exactly like them, you can't. They ain't nobody spotting nothing. If you don't sit exactly like them, they won't run you.
Mm. And that's a class racer mentality.
Yeah.
That's being spun around through promotions. The tracks are even. Let me tell you what they did for this class race I just told you about with Phil Schuler and Stevie Fast. Now, in class racing, you can't come on the starting line unless you have a band and you're with the team. They're very strict on that. They've been disrespecting the grudge racers for standing by the cars and the big crowds at the starting line when the guys are doing the burnout. They let them do it the other day with Phil Schuler and them. And they took a big picture.
Really?
Yeah. Now, this is an NHRA situation. This is a sanctioned event, and they got guys all over the starting lines while they're doing the burnout. the same thing that they said they didn't like about Grudge Racing for Cash when we do it, they did it
Well,
to make it look good for this grudge race.
and that's, I mean, look, that
wasn't
is
a grudge race.
right, but that is promotion from the racetrack side.
Right.
They want to show, look, come here and
Right.
give it a shot. Air your differences with your rival. Have a grudge race at your NHRA track today. It's probably gonna be a stupid PSA poster somewhere. Don't race on the street, go to the track. No, I mean, I get it, because to me, you remove the mystery. Everybody knows how fast the cars go. And if you have a car that competes in a class, you really should know how fast the car goes if you know the car is competitive. Like anybody right now that goes to challenge, say, Anthony, look, he could lean on a little harder because, you could take the turbos off. But, I mean, there might be a stipulation that you got to say completely legal. They know how fast he goes within a couple hundreds.
Since you said that, if you and I decide we want to go race Anthony, we punch up his name. We see his fastest time.
Yeah.
If we show up to run him for $100,000, it's probably not in his favor.
Right, probably.
Especially if he can't do any research on me, because now I'm the unknown. That's Grudge Racing for Cash.
Yeah.
Now, if I show up with a car he can punch up, and I can punch his number up, and we know what we both have, we can just talk about it. Where's that element of the unknown? It's not there.
True. I'll give you that. It does take a little bit out of it, but at some point, it just does have to become that. Look, I'm going to be better at the tree. I'm going to be better getting down the track. I'm a better dude.
Yeah, true. And then, with all due respect, Stevie Fast and Travis Harvey, the two that drove the class cars in the qualifying, third round qualifying, both have done Grudge Racing for Cash the right way.
The right way.
So they know the difference, but they don't speak up. They know what I'm saying, but they don't speak up because they figure if people don't care, who cares? But guys that still do it and the guys that do it the right way care.
All right. No, and I hear you. And like I said, you're completely correct. The mystery is part of it.
Right.
Matt, man, we're going to put you on hold so you can keep listening, but thanks for calling. Do appreciate it.
Like us on Facebook.
He's quiet. He might have been gone.
Oh, okay. He's gone.
Oh.
Yep, he was gone. Call ended normally. I think that means he hung up. All right. We have somebody here, and I can't tell you where they're calling from. See, Ted, you failure. We need a call screener. You're busy dicking around.
Well, if you can't tell.
Bringing no personality to anything.
Say? What does it say?
I will use the name on the phone, Mary, and you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, that's you, buddy.
Hey, this is Tanner. I'm just calling out of Indiana.
What's up, Tanner?
Hey, I heard the last caller talking about the shootouts, those style races, not really liking them.
Right.
Kind of wondering what Crunch really thought of those.
The shootout.
Grudge Racer.
Oh, well, the shootouts are good. I mean, the shootouts, I'm a drag racing fan. Because I'm a Grudge Racer for Cash and I'm trying to show the differences doesn't mean I dislike class racing. I love class racing. But when class racers put a little wager on a class race and try to call it Grudge Racing for Cash, they can't pass that past me and expect me to be quiet.
And on the popularity of the term grudge at this point, really.
Right. Well, before shootouts, the terminology used to be last man standing. You remember that? Is he still there?
Have you caught wind of the next month? And I don't want to drop any seem like an advertisement or anything, but there's a race next month in Oklahoma with a lot of the Street Outlaw guys, a 32-car invitational. Have you seen anything about that?
No, I haven't seen that. Well, what's that about? Is it what are they doing?
You ought to pull it up and check it out. It's called Outlaw Armageddon, and they're doing it at Thunder Valley. I know you guys have kind of hopped on the Street Outlaw bandwagon just a little bit more. I thought you might like checking that out.
Guy hating a little bit here.
Yeah. Well, what are they doing? What style racing are they going to do? Because if there's a ladder style race,
8th mile shootout for $20,000.
No prep?
Yes, prep.
It is prep or no prep?
No prep, sorry.
We weren't hating on Street Outlaws.
No. So this guy was hating on us for liking Street Outlaws.
Yeah. Well, he's probably.
Well, I'll tell you what.
He knows we've been hating on him since the beginning.
Well, he's from Indiana. If he goes,
the first one, man, I heard all of them.
Yeah. Okay. There was. All right, you caught me.
Hey, you get here, right? Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. You see them guys in person, and you change your tune pretty quick.
Yeah, we're excited to check it out.
Yeah, and listen, don't worry about plugging stuff like that. I mean, we certainly would. We talked about it. Tom had a good time down there. He actually enjoyed it, but just didn't like how the situations unfolded.
Well, not for us anyway.
Right.
Yeah, just
Well, caller, tell us what exactly are they doing? How are they doing the shootout?
It was invite only. I think there's a couple other classes they're doing. That's the most I know about it at this point. It's next. It's like August 14th, I believe.
So they're gonna do a payout.
I'm driving 12 hours to go to it, but yeah, I believe
I'm gonna have to find out about
it's $20,000.
So they're gonna do a payout in a ladder style. Is it a ladder style race? Meaning you go rounds and then the end of it, the winner, last one standing gets the money.
That's my understanding of it.
Right.
There's a Facebook page, and you ought to pull it up and check it out.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Right.
Thanks for the heads up. Maybe Tom can call one of his newfound friends down there going to come on and talk about it for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I wondered if you guys knew anybody going to it, actually.
Well-
Anybody racing in it. I thought Crunch might know.
I'm gonna know tomorrow.
yeah.
Well, Tom now, yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. I mean, Tom made, friends with Daddy Dave. God, it feels weird saying that.
Yeah.
But
An Asian.
yeah, an Asian. So, I mean, we might be able to get a little bit of information, and, they're free to come on here and plug whatever they want to plug. We're not going to charge them anything. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe they'll like our Facebook.
All right, man. Well, thanks for calling. We appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
All right.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Got another one.
We got another caller.
Uh-oh.
Sooner or later, one of them's going to be hatred, right?
It's okay.
It's going to be hatred.
It's gotta happen.
This is a
gotta
podcast. We edit.
I would never do that. I say,
No, what?
Well, this is live right now, so
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
well,
edit.
Yeah.
bring on the hatred.
They can get it off live, but we edit.
All right. Next caller, you're on the air. All your ID says is wireless caller, and Tad is sitting over there useless, not screening. So you got to say something, and we'll tell you if we hear you. What's your name?
Okay.
Guy don't know.
I need the cricket sound effect.
Guy don't know his name. All right. Well, I'm going to put him on hold because
He
I
might
could,
just be listening.
might just be listening. Exactly.
Right.
Okay. So if somebody be screaming at his phone.
He hit the mute button accidentally. Like, hello, can you hear me now?
No, I Crunch. I see your side of it. And thinking about it, because when you had first told me about this, I was like, so fucking what?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
they're two guys racing. Whoever lights the wind bulbs up, that's a deal. And
That's what I
so
think.
what that they know how fast it goes. But you're right. It kind of takes.
The element of surprise out.
Yeah.
It takes it goes all the way back to the 40s and 50s and 60s when it wasn't the cash that was important. It was a pink slip.
Yeah.
But you still didn't know what the next man had. He wasn't popping his hood. You knew how much horsepower he had, lighting the boards, and it was none of that. It can't be that, because that one element is like my example with baseball and softball. If you switch the balls, you switch the game. And it's you wouldn't go to a starting line at a track, jam a stop sign in the starting line next to the tree, and call it street racing.
True.
So why would you
Well,
have
because
class
everybody would
cars?
stop.
Right, but I'm just saying. It's a street. Now all of a sudden it's got a stop sign. Well, it's got a stop sign, so it looks like a street to me. No.
Yeah.
It may look like a street, but this is the track and the rules are different.
You know what this comes back to? Realistically,
Money.
what we're doing. It comes back to money, but what we're doing,
I
we're
think,
kind of reminiscent about how things used
Used
to
to
be.
be, yeah.
I think Crunch is a grudge racing snob.
Oh,
Snob?
Ooh.
a grudge racing purist.
He's a grudge racing purist. Exactly.
well, he said he did
saying.
get hated on.
Well, listen.
If people could see the smoking robe he wears to the show,
Big pipe.
Listen. One of the drivers for this class race is Travis Harvey.
All right.
He's one of the drivers that was in that incident at the track where they moved the tree and the tree had a malfunction.
Right.
He was the one that lost all that money on a real grudge. So respectfully, they do it, but they don't experience.
Let me interrupt you real quick.
Right.
Call-in number again is 908-751-0211 if anybody else wants to
hey,
call.
you know what? Yeah, I want to say something too. Travis. Jared Holt from Street Outlaws. He, I forget. I looked at my phone before. I don't know if he messaged me or he liked that we're on live. If you're listening, give us. Oh wow,
Hassan.
Yeah, give us a call and let
See,
me.
this is why we are failures. Okay, I'm just going to point out what unprofessional retards.
All right,
we are.
well, wait a minute. Well, let me finish. So, J-Rod, if you're listening, 908-751-0211. If you want, call in if you know anything about that Outlaw Armageddon or anything. You just want to say, hey.
Yeah. All right.
seen you in a
I'm
week.
going to grab Hassan.
Yeah.
What's up, Hassan? How you been, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing? How you doing, guys?
Good.
What's
man.
up?
All right.
Killer.
I think I like the show on Facebook. So
I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
treat me nice.
All right.
Always, brother, always.
What's up, Crunch?
What's up, bro?
Oh, you guys gonna start trading love now?
Yeah.
No.
No, you can. That's all good.
He's actually one of the administrators on the page.
I was just thinking about when you used to bring your brother's car down to the hole.
And Mike.
Yeah, Mike's brother, Brian. When you brought Brian's car down to the hole.
Yep.
And when everybody figured out what was going on, it was too late. That element of surprise that you had.
Yep.
That is the essence of it. And the game now is so it's promoter driven.
Right.
It's promoter driven. It's television driven. Everything is about the reality aspect. And some of the things in grudge racing, as you know, cannot be scripted. They play out as you see it.
Yep.
So a lot of this stuff is it's orchestrated. You know, when you know how fast two cars go, that can't possibly be a grudge race. I mean, you can bet some money on it.
Right.
I guess you would call that like a gambler's race, right?
Yeah. Or like, the other caller said,
it's a
match race.
Yeah, match race.
Yeah. Like they used to have the gamblers races at Englishtown, but it's not a grudge race.
Now here's a difference, and Hassan and Crunch will both agree with this. What you would do, or what we would try to do, and I'm sure, we tried to do it to everybody who was down there. I'm sure you tried to do it to us. All right, let's try to get a sucker race set up with this guy. Like meaning you knew you were going to lose.
Right.
But you wanted to see.
Because you were baiting the bigger money.
Right. You wanted to see how the car left. You wanted to see what kind of 60 foot. Because nobody's going to sleep on anybody. So they're going to leave hard. They're going to go hard until they know they're clear, and then they're going to cut gas. And you're going to know, you're going to have a good idea of what they got going on.
Right.
And then that.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then what happens is it basically what you're doing is you're using another vehicle to tell you what you would learn at the racetrack if they were there racing. So yeah, that element, and that, I guess, probably the best way to use this, the term strategy is gone.
Right.
There is no strategy and look, we're all trying to do one thing. We're trying to win the money.
True.
At the race.
And then I bring this other example in when I talk to these guys about my point on all of this. WWE is wrestling. They have a champion. But you can't stand the champion next to an Olympic wrestler and say it's all wrestling. There's a big difference in the two because of the elements.
Yeah,
one is choreographed and one is competition and skill.
It's not real.
Wait,
I'm just saying.
Come on.
I'm just saying. But and look, and now these guys in grudge racing down in the South, ironically, you know what you win at the end? The belt.
A trophy?
Like a wrestler.
Really?
Belt. You get the belt. Yeah, they got G-body belts. They got this kind of small block nitrous belt.
They get a little more style than we do up here, I guess.
Yeah. Because up here, now, in all fairness, I have to tell you the differences in North and South. See, in the South, they call a grudge race, if you don't like the guy, that's a grudge race. That could be a free race. Those guys go through there for free. Up here in the North, that's practice.
Yep.
So that difference, the Southern guys, they don't like when I say, that I don't respect that kind of racing for free and calling it a grudge race for cash, because it's a very, very different scenario.
Do they have belts for yellow Corvettes?
Seat belts, probably.
I'm just saying you could get a belt.
Only if they have Fords in them, Mike.
They got to go right to the cross-dresser. Really nice.
Oh man, yeah. So
it's a lot of ego in it, a lot of agendas in it. They are my man Crunch Bad, but it's a big. It's really not weird, but it's unusual how it's grown into a business now. It's really a big business now.
It seems like everything goes that way, though. It gets commercial, and somebody finds they can make some money at it. Yeah. And it ruins what was once really cool.
Well, the sad thing about what's really happening with all forms of racing is there is a declining interest because there's so much more stuff kids could do today.
Right.
And that really hurts. That's why the import thing is actually, as much as I hate him, and I'll tell a little story about that nitwit in that RX-7. God, I hope he listens.
I forgot about that.
The kids, they're distracted. there's so much shit to do
for them to do. Yeah.
And they're in the house on a game for days.
Yeah.
So to capture that interest, you can't put seats in stands anymore. You just can't.
No. So they're all the tracks, whether it be a circle track, a drag strip, whatever. They're trying to find ways to not to continue the sport. Make no mistake about it. They're trying to line their pockets. Or they're trying to make money.
Right.
And if the tracks go away, and as Alan had pointed out, NHRA is kind of tough to watch on TV. It's not real good. It's just just kind of not good. And so they're trying. I really hope they don't turn it into WWE or any dumb shit like that.
Wow.
It's not too far from it. Not too far. I mean, if you look at the elements involved in it, it's a lot of scripted stuff involved. Whenever you're dealing with something on TV and radio, you have to follow some kind of format. Am I correct?
No, yeah. I mean, I guess with everything other than what we do,
we got no format.
Not this show.
Yeah.
We're a mess.
It's a 7:00 show. I pulled up 6:59.
Yeah.
He's on his own time.
Yep. All right, Hassan. I mean, honestly, I've said it before. Listen, dude, if you got a Monday night free, come on up. It'd be great to see you. And I'll make sure that Brian's here to see you and everything. I mean, it's been a long time.
He's only up the road.
Hope you guys got rid of the Trans Am, right? I don't want no problem.
I got to tell you, as much as I hate to tell you this, it is sitting behind the new shop we built here. It's sitting back there as we speak. So, like with weeds growing up around it and everything. It ain't moved in the longest time.
You can go look at it and relive some nightmares, man.
Okay, you guys have a good show, man.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
See
buddy.
ya.
All right.
All right, take
Bye-bye.
care.
Yeah, I had one of my buddies from California just text me, the Asian sensation. He's a Subaru guy. He's got he's got a badass Subaru. Like if he was on that off ramp behind you in your Corvette,
he would have pushed me.
He wouldn't have pushed you. He would have pushed you around. He would have made you feel real bad about yourself.
And you know what? I'm not a dummy. I know that can happen.
His car, it looks like a stock car.
Wow.
All right.
Really, and he's gone 970.
Look, we're gonna jump to this wireless caller again. Yo, buddy, are you just listening or you got something to say? If you're on hold, speak up.
Crickets.
All right. Back on hold. So that's the guy who's just listening. And that's cool. We don't care. And the phone number again, because we forget to give it out, 908-751-0211.
I'll give it out twice, man. Tad.
What?
You haven't said a word all night.
So I'm listening. What?
Oh, well, but now you're a listener?
Yeah, he just said I'm listening.
Come on, dude. Really?
He's going to go back to the screening room.
Yeah. We're going to put you in the
well,
green
the
room.
thing is, you're talking about grudge racing. I was at something so polar opposite of what you guys are talking about. It's not even funny.
What's that?
I was at an antique hit and miss car engine show.
Hold on
weekend.
a minute here.
All right. Don't say that again.
Do you actually have some kind of content?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you going to say that again? Antique car hit and miss?
No, it's an engine, a hit and miss engine, farm type equipment.
Let me just stop this here.
Can we not talk about farm equipment?
No, I got to tell you, it's
Better than dirt track.
Whoa.
He's kind of right.
You really think you're going to offend me, dude? Really?
Jab.
The Tad has. Let me ask you a question, Tad.
Yes.
Just so we can clarify for the listeners where Tad's
Coming
apparent brain is.
Yeah, you can do that in one show.
Could you name off 5 of your most, I don't know, treasured previous vehicles?
Yeah.
Just please, just for the listener, please name off.
Go.
My SVX, my WRX, my 71 RT Challenger, my 71 SS Big Block Chevelle, and my 74 VW Beetle.
Okay. Now, why don't we go to the vehicles that I know you don't want to say because you don't want to get hated on them. You had a World War II vintage ambulance? Wasn't that what that was?
No, it wasn't World War II. It was or Vietnam or Korea. One
okay.
Or two.
Pardon me for the incorrect timeline. You had something.
Are you tooling on him?
Yes, I am. You had something deemed the Mafia staff car, which I don't really know what that was.
That was the Nazi staff car.
Okay.
The 1939 Plymouth.
Okay. 39 Plymouth, which these vehicles you tooled around in the lots.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just trying to make everybody understand that your taste in automotive might be a little weird.
Left to center?
Left of center? You fell off the cliff of center a long time ago. So now, Tad went to, does anybody know what a hit and miss engine is?
Crickets.
Or a hit or miss? Go ahead, Ted.
Well,
I'll let you explain.
the one that I saw isn't a hit or miss engine. It's
actually
a diesel 2-stroke engine, but it's 15 feet tall. I mean, you have to stare up at the engine, and it's a 2-cylinder. And it used to, whenever I go to the show, it was sitting there, big rusty Hulk, and they restored it. A bunch of old men, they restored the engine. So I get there, it's at 2:00, it's going to start. All right. Kick back with my camera. Huge 6-foot flywheel sitting there, all of a sudden starts spinning. Thing fires, and every stroke it fires, the earth shakes. It's like Godzilla's there or something like that. And the guy runs it up, and it's sitting there firing. Excuse me.
Was Godzilla really there?
Yes, well, almost. And then he let the motor like idle down, and then he hit the throttle again, so it would like shake the ground. You're just like, my God. So later on, I get home, check out the specs on this engine, and like the cylinders are a foot in diameter. It's got a 17-inch stroke. And you're like, and I'm like, and more you look at it.
Here's the thing that I
just want to know, what did the engine go in?
Well, that's the thing, and this is why car guys, might have been listening to this and said, "Yeah, I knew Tom was going to do that," because I wonder exactly,
But a 17-inch stroke. Now I'm curious.
Well, here's the thing: if you're a car guy, this is no different than us talking about the stupid like Cox model cars and all the other shit. Anything mechanical you're interested in.
It is the same thing. Yeah.
You end up looking at a train. You end up looking at anything. Right. And these things, they were used Tad, in old factories and stuff.
Anything from factories, grain mills, generating stations, emergency backup. All sorts of things, because they're too big. They have to be permanently mounted.
Yeah, they're stationary.
Yeah, okay. They're huge, but. I'm looking at it. I was curious.
Now I want to know. Give me a torque number. Good gracious.
All right.
You got it?
The thing makes 70 horsepower at 275 RPM.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
No,
anybody?
You have to give me the torque number, bro. 17 foot.
Come on, man.
You said
17-inch stroke.
Oh, 17-inch.
No, not foot. It's inch.
God.
It's a lot of stroke.
Give us a
Come
torque number.
You got a torque number?
You want me to give it?
I think this was going to be a Tad bit where he tried to get us to guess.
All right, I'll guess.
Go ahead.
Shoot.
So it's 240 RPM.
275 RPM at 70 horsepower.
Spit it out. No FUD math in the air here.
3,300 foot-pounds.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we didn't think this is a game, Tad, to see who gets the closest. So there is no.
Shoot.
Go ahead, Mike.
I'm going to go a little bit lower than Tom, and you are at a very good advantage.
Don't go 32.99, you dick.
No, I'm gonna say it's 240 RPM. Thinking
275.
275, and it's 70.
Yes, 70 horsepower.
He said 240 because we both couldn't have made that same mistake.
I'm gonna say well, it's 70. It's not 50.
17-inch stroke.
I'm going to say 2,700.
Crunch?
Again, no.
I'm going to go $5,000.
Okay.
I'm going $5,000.
No.
Is it the closest without going over?
Oh, everybody's over. So
really?
Oh, it's a piece of shit then. What are we even talking about?
It's 1,338 foot-pounds torque.
That does not possibly sound right to me, knowing the math calculation for this. I'm going to have to fact-check you, Tad.
Yeah, you can fact-check.
Because I know what you did. You know it's 52.52. Yep. It's 70 foot-pounds.
Yep.
And you know it was turning.
But you're turning way under, but.
Yeah, but that's why your torque number, that's why diesel trucks have a low horsepower.
But none of them have a freaking stroke like that, 17-inch stroke.
I mean, it is impressive when you factor in how old the thing is.
Well, that's when I was checking up the other facts on that thing, it's screwy. They start talking about how, because it's a permanent stationary motor. They said at 10,000 hours, you stop it, you check the needle bearings on your wrist pin. Then at 20,000 hours, you replace the needle bearings, you rotate the wrist pin 180 degrees. At 40,000 hours, after running for 4.5 years straight, then they say you replace the pin. It's like, it's incredible that a motor can just sit there for years and just chug, chug, chug.
And what they did years ago with these things is they'd be at a factory. And like if you go to some old places, I remember the guy's place, Crow's Head Shop, who did a lot of our valve jobs. I mean, he was a craftsman. Mm-hmm. You went up there, and Tad'll attest to this, that was pre-brain injury, so he might remember. There used to be pulley systems in the ceiling because that's how they used to transmit the power from the stationary motor outside, and they'd engage and disengage different machines, the big leather belts. But that's how we got to where we are today.
Machine work was done like that.
Yes.
Yeah, one stationary paraplanner was going, and they had these leather belts overhead.
The reason I said so much torque, I was thinking turbo.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
You know how big a turbo would have to be on something that's 15 feet high?
And it would be very strange because the thing would get hit with a charge and be like,
It's tonight,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Tonight I'll put the video up on YouTube and I'll put it on the Power and Speed
turbo
page.
diesel.
Yeah, do that.
It's got two huge, like 1.5 foot diameter pipes just coming out of the side of the big two-stroke looking engine.
And what happens with the hit or miss thing? That's like when it's a hit or miss show, or like show for engines. The way that they'd work is they'd be a flywheel, the thing's spinning, the motor's, not running, it's coasting.
Yeah.
And then when it slows down to a certain speed, bam, it fires again and then speeds it up.
You see the little mechanical thing hit, inject the fuel, hit the spark, boom, put it,
And that's it.
and then
How did you find out about this?
that's a show that we always go to.
Again,
Yeah.
I brought up the car stuff to show you his direction of interest. All things odd.
I'm a machinist. I make things. And this stuff's interesting because you can get an old derelict engine
You're
and
not an
rebuild
engineer.
I was just going to point
No, not
out,
an
you
engineer.
might
No,
be
no,
a
no.
machinist,
Just a
but you ain't no
it.
engineer.
No engineer. I can't. That's a curse. So
All right, phone number one last time, 908-751-0211.
You mean engineer like woo-woo engineer?
woo, what? No.
That one.
Stop hating on Alan. You're not allowed to
Well,
hate on
there's a
Alan.
difference there. There's diesel and there's steam. So
Yeah,
Sure.
but again, it all comes back to if you're a mechanical person, you kind of you like looking at the shit. Like I think, who was I talking to? Was I talking to you about the fair that used to be here? We're right near the Flemington Fairgrounds, where there used to be a circle track thing. And I remember as a kid, not that I was into circle track, but we used to go to this fair, and I remember climbing on massive,
Tractor,
totally
shit, yeah.
amazing, cool farm equipment for back then.
Yep.
It was just the neatest thing to, as a kid, like, do kids get a gene that tells them to be a mechanical person? I mean, what happens? But
I don't know.
I can tell you that, like,
Well, it might have been passed from your pops.
maybe, but like,
Because you were already watching your pops take something apart, put it back together.
I think my brother might have went there and never looked twice at a tractor.
well,
like,
that's the thing. Your brother didn't get that.
yeah.
Because you do all the mechanical work.
Well,
your
didn't he
brother
play
just
with
drives.
dolls?
No, he didn't.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
His brother said he's the better driver, though.
He is the better driver when it
He
comes
is
to
a
the circle
dummy.
track thing.
He can drive.
Although you can't see that by the results that are posted weekly when he does race.
Well, he only races once every 6 months.
Yeah, well,
And he's still pretty good.
Blame that on the mechanic then.
don't look at me. I saw electronics.
Wasn't
I
he
don't know.
wasn't he like the fastest car in Florida, and he hadn't raced like all year? 1 year.
Yes. Here's a listener, actually, Jeff. Henry Ford Museum, a must for motorheads.
Oh yeah, I've been there a couple times.
Yep, I could imagine you were.
I've never been.
Oh, it's great.
Hey, I was going to plug a race too.
Go ahead.
By the way, and I had it up, but then I went for my sound effect.
There you go.
Well, yeah, I know.
Crickets.
Right off the rails. Yeah, so Wurtsboro Airport. It's in Wurtsboro, New York. There's it's your favorite, a 16-car rear-wheel drive shootout. No prep. Yeah, exactly what you. My guy Anthony from Manly's going to it.
Cool,
And,
cool.
it's August 1st. Me and Mike were talking about maybe going.
We were,
Well, I was talking to Mike about maybe going.
and I probably wasn't listening.
Yeah, he probably tuned me out. But he's going to go, and he's going to go with Tad and maybe Alan, and he'll shoot himself. No, we should go.
We should go. We should go.
We'll have a nice political
When is it?
discussion the whole
What's
way
the
there.
date?
August 1.
August 1st. I have to do some research.
Come on,
All right.
Mike.
We got. I don't know when is that? What day is that?
It's after July and right before August.
No,
2nd.
listen,
day is it?
douchebag. Is it?
Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday? All right.
Yeah, I could probably do that. All right, we got another caller, but this might be the same guy. Might
I'll
have
get a
gotten
limo.
him. Wow.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We'll go in a limo.
I'm there.
Hold on a minute.
What kind of food?
All right. If anybody's on hold, I see you, but I don't know if you're listening or you're calling in to talk to us. So say hello.
Hello.
You are on the air, sir. How can we help you?
How's it going, Crutch?
What's up? Who is this?
It's a G-Shot down in Kentucky. Get you some.
Oh, okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
He said, "Get you some."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another. I mean, I can't believe these heavy hitters. This guy here is just amazing. If you ever saw that on the internet when we raced, once again, I was with Don Ho. You remember Don Ho?
Mm-hmm.
And I was helping Don Ho with his race against you, right? Get you some?
Right.
And he had the what kind of car was that you had? He did the wheelie and he came down. Don Ho was in front of him and he hit the wall.
69 Barracuda, brown
69
sugar.
brown sugar. I remember that.
We got to get a name.
And you hit the wall. And that race right now, I think it was like 40,000 hits on that race the last time I checked on the YouTube.
Was that hold up? Was that in the
ACO
thing that you were in?
Yeah, that's
I watched that.
Right, but this is him. He was driving the brown sugar.
Oh, you are a sick motherfucker. I saw that. Wow.
Yeah,
I got to look it up now.
How are you, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Now, I was hearing y'all talking at Outlaw Armageddon down in Oklahoma.
Right.
What it is, man, it's a 32-car field. Basically, I mean, I'm not promoting, but I'm trying to go to it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
32 cars invited. Pretty much it's all the cars off of Street Outlaws plus the ones that they've raced from out of town, you know?
Right.
That's the ones they've invited. They're ones that they think are grudge racers or street racers or whatever.
Okay.
You know? And then they've got one spot open that they're having a runoff on Friday night to try to win the spot to run.
Okay.
In the race on Saturday.
Okay.
Now you see now hold up. Now I see the grudge racer is starting to think a little bit on my brain. What I would tell you is this would be like the fat girl leaving a bar drunk at night. There'd be a lot of people that didn't get any action. And that reminds me, if you could kind of sit there and maybe poach some people to try to set up some stuff, I'd try that.
Yeah. Well, get you some.
Oh, yeah.
Get you some. Now you have the famous car called Shawanda, right?
Yeah.
Now, what kind of car is that? Because this is the most unique grudge car I've ever seen in my life. What is that?
It's a 62 Polara 500. 1962 Dodge Polara
Really?
500.
And you should see the pictures of this car in the air. Now, he's an official street racer out there where he is. He's official street racer. He came to Jersey to race us. I remember I won a deposit with you and I forgot about it, and you showed up at Englishtown and paid me. And from that day forward, I knew you were not only a serious street racer, but you were a man amongst men.
Yeah, I drove out there just to pay you.
Yeah, I remember that. So, you know, we had Skinny Man. You remember Skinny Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on earlier, and you came on. You guys, these two guys here,
Right,
are known all over this country for what they do, and they are tough.
How do I find that street race on YouTube?
That one is, I have to.
Brown Sugar Crash.
It was the No Time Nationals 2006 at ATCO.
I particularly appreciate the fact that Tom is cruising his phone while he should be
Yeah. Well,
participating.
At the end, I did a crunch dance.
I posted it on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Did you?
Okay.
Yeah. Once I saw him get out the car, once I saw this guy on the phone get out the car,
Yep.
I knew he was safe. The crowd was watching. I started doing the dance because I knew we wanted money.
That's when you actually did your little dance.
That's when I did my dance because this guy, you know, if he was hurt or anything, we wouldn't even taken the money.
Yeah.
But he got out the car, and you know, he actually had us. He could have had us, but he didn't really know how fast we were going. He was never going to catch Downhill. Downhill was flying at the time.
Yeah.
There we go.
You don't believe it, but listen. And then we found out. See, the reason why this is why the element of the unknown is just amazing. We knew where you got that car from and painted it because we knew it was yellow before you got it, but we didn't say anything. You didn't know we knew that, right? So you didn't know that I had a machine shop that used to do the motors for that car. So when I found out which car it was, we knew how fast you were going. So there's no way you could give us the break and we're going the same exact time.
So there's the craftiness trying to.
But the surprise was it was way faster when Ligori had it.
Yeah.
Ligori he had to weigh 3,500 pounds, and I had it down to about 3,150.
3,150.
So,
okay.
You know,
Okay.
so it was a little fast. You know, there's the surprise again.
Right. True indeed. But guess what? You weren't going to catch us that day.
Oh, here we go. Shit talking already. Got a listener calling in. You're talking shit.
Y'all know, but this guy, I got to talk shit to him because he used to give me shit on Small Block Posse. Oh, this guy here. But then when I did the research on him and they told me this guy, this is what he does. He's been doing it for years. And when he came with his car, I knew it because the work, it's like art.
Yeah.
You know, the car. I'm going to post the picture of the car he has now. It's called Shawanda.
Okay.
And oh man,
it definitely piqued Todd's interest because he perked right up as he's like, what?
Yeah. It's
like the internet has totally trashed any of this because you can back check anybody's race and who they beat. And
that's what I say all the time, man. It sucks. Used to you went to the track and got there and they talked shit and they set up a race and it was part of the show. Now it's like you get there, so-and-so's going to run Joe Blow at 5 o'clock this afternoon or he loses his DP. It sucks. Right. Ain't really that shit talking and nothing going on no more.
Right.
To me,
I just saw that race. I'm sorry.
Early 90s, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's still the guys out there
Crazy.
that know exactly how this thing goes. So I'm glad you called, man, because you made my day. Because
hell yeah, I just watched your race and man, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You stayed in that thing 2 seconds longer than anybody should.
Now, look, I just want to go on record here and say that I had no idea that you were involved with this race, with this car, with anything else.
Right.
When that happened, I think I rewound it like 7 times and told my brother, I said, you got to see this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, we've had some very, very amazing races.
Yeah.
Doing it the right way without all the craziness that these new guys are trying to put into the mix. So, thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and thanks for listening. If you could tell, some of your friends, we'll talk about anything, especially with grudge racing. That's fine. I mean,
yeah.
We'd love to have other callers, but thanks, man.
All right, man.
See ya.
later.
I'm keep listening. I'll probably just go on mute or something.
Okay, I got you. I'll put you on hold. That was good. Successful call-ins today. The phone system actually works.
I have to find that picture, man.
I just watched it. He's crazy.
Right, but the car he has now, it's
nice.
It's so.
Well, that car
man.
that Cuda was nice.
It looks like it weighs like 7,000 pounds.
But you know it don't.
But we know it doesn't, right?
I mean, he carried the wheels. He just kept going up, stayed in it, crossed the center line. Probably didn't know he was crossed the center line.
He didn't know. What happened was when he
Couldn't
landed, it broke the steering.
Yeah, you couldn't. There's no way when that thing was up that high, and anybody that's ever been in a car that gets light in the front end, you don't see anything. You're looking at the sky.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, so you're hoping it's going straight, and that's where the balls come in. I think that guy probably got to the starting line, took his hat off, and his brain stuck in it, and put his helmet on it, because I got to tell you, he's got a set of fucking balls on him.
Let me tell you what he did the night before the track. He took the car to Philly to race on the street.
Yeah.
He did a dry hop, picked the wheels up, stood the car up, and the guys didn't want to race.
Yeah.
On the blacktop asphalt.
Really?
Not concrete. Street asphalt.
Yeah, I tell you, he's got my respect. 'Cause he got balls of steel. I fucking
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I wonder if he's got enough balls to like us on Facebook.
What? Why are you so fascinated?
I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know.
I will tell you that the Street Outlaws episode that we did last week was ironically not the highest. The fly tie.
Still the highest?
Still the highest. I mean, as far as Dale, now what I can tell you is the Street Outlaws one has a lot of staying power, and that will be our heaviest downloaded one yet. And like after this whole week is closed up and people start jumping on this one and they go back one, I'm going to do a 2-week capture so you can see. But I mean, we realistically, I remember Alan. And Alan, I'm talking about you. I remember Alan saying, well, you're going to be talking to 40 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan, why don't you multiply that by 10,000? Okay, you dick. Well, you would multiply that by 10,000, right? Not that many. But it's
someday.
It's pretty good. I mean, to have it, in my estimation, to start doing this, and it's no secret. I mean, I don't want to hide. This is my house. That's where we are. We're in a spare bedroom with.
Hey, you're a grudge racer now. You're not supposed to give out.
I don't give a shit. Fuck them guys. I mean, I want to actually thank everybody for listening, because we've crested essentially the 30,000 listener mark. And to do that on our own is kind of amazing. It's
pretty cool.
I think it's very cool.
We got a lot of downloads, and we're just a
Well, it's only since I got here, so.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. You can't deny it, man.
Yeah.
Bunch of car guys.
Yep.
What was that called? Diesel, hit or miss, bullseye, popcorn, trouble.
Good.
That was close.
What was the name of that event you just met?
No, it's just a Jacktown hit or miss show.
Almost hit my head.
You went to Jacktown?
Yep. Jacktown, PA.
You just cannot make this shit up.
No, you can't.
Tad, you're a mess.
Grudge Racer for life.
Say goodnight, Tad.
Good night.
All right, we'll see you guys all next time. And again, we appreciate it. Like us on Facebook, and we're out.
You got it in.